All right, guys, gonna do another Safuu talk and drive, because if you ever start making videos for YouTube or for anything for that matter, you're gonna find it is incredibly difficult to find 10 minutes of uninterrupted time to record anything. It's amazing. Like, I would not consider myself that busy of a person, but to find 10 minutes of uninterrupted time, not easy. Anyways, you guys don't need to hear that. So I took some notes. All right, I've got notes here, and I'm still screenshotting stuff from the Safuu Discord and posting it on Twitter. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at Oliver78900. You'll see all the stuff that I post and I get my notes from. And also, if you guys can follow at official Safuu, the Safuu Twitter page, because they only have 115 followers, and Mr. No Fame is trying to grow their following so that they have a bigger outreach. So follow at official Safuu, and it's spelled exactly how it sounds. Anyways, so the price of Safuu, last I checked, before I had my delicious lunch at Taco Bell with my brother, last I checked, we were at 20 cents, just over 20 cents. It was 0.207, so we're like, flirting with 21 cents. Even though we had crap for volume, we only had 5,000 volume in the last 24 hours. But the price is held, which is good. And the big news in in Discord yesterday, the big news in Discord yesterday was the vote for the Revive token. And there's actually, it is actually being redone. So if you voted one time for the Revive token, there's actually a second vote that is going on right now, because I guess enough people were complaining about it that it got Elliot's attention, and people were complaining about the number 3 wallet, pretty much, which is the whale of Safuu. It's the guy that has 1.2 million Safuu. If you don't know his story, I think he's super impressive, and I would not care if he decided everything for Safuu, because the guy just impresses me. He has done nothing but buy Safuu since April of last year, somewhere around that time. Like, he started buying Safuu when it was like over $200, and he has done nothing but accumulate, just buy and buy and buy. Never sold, never sacrificed, never sold even when after the sacrifice price went down to 0.008 cents. The guy never sold, never did anything. He just held. That guy impresses me. I don't know who that person is. I don't know if they're in Discord or not. Maybe it's Bobtail, maybe it's not. But that person impresses me. So if they had like a really big power in the vote, because they have so many, it wouldn't bother me. Anyways, enough people were bothered by it, and so Elliot has enacted an anti-whale measure. And what it is whenever we vote from now on, starting with this Revive token, vote number 2, revote, if you will. Now, if you have over 5,000 Safuu tokens, anything over 5,000 Safuu is going to have a diminishing multiplier. So, like, for instance, when I went to vote, I have over 6,000 Safuu, but it only counted that I had 5.2 thousand Safuu. So, I don't know how many Safuu will be counted for that whale wallet, the number 3 wallet that has 1.2 million, but it won't be 1.2 million. It'll probably be something like, 20,000 or 30,000. It'll still be a lot, but it won't be 1.2 million. So, that being said, the current vote, last I checked, and I checked this before lunch, the vote for option 2 had 84% of the votes, and the vote for option 1 had 15% of the votes, and only like 40 people had voted at the time. So if you have not voted yet, get in there and vote again, because there's a second vote going on for the Revive token. And you might be wondering, what is option 1 and option 2? Option 1, the Revive token would cost $10,000 to implement, except because of that discounted price of $10,000, 1% of all the transactions of the Revive token would go to the Apollo token protocol instead of to the Safuu protocol. So the $10,000, it'd be cheaper up front, but then 1% of all of our transactions for the rest of the life of that token would go to Apollo Protocol instead of Safuu. Now, if we want to pay more up front, that's option 2, which is the one that I support personally. Option 2 would be $17,500, so it'd be an extra $7,500, but the benefit is that 1% of all transactions would go to Safuu instead of to Apollo. Because either way, we're buying 1% of all transactions are buying the Apollo token, and it's either that Apollo token goes to the Apollo protocol to be burned to lower their supply, or it goes to Safuu, where Safuu has that token to sell, and then they can use those funds for whatever they need. Or they, like Elliot was saying, that they could even use the Apollo token in the lotteries as part of the prize pool, something like that. It would be useful to the council to have those Apollo tokens, especially if we get up to doing 1 million plus volume a day with the Revive token, or multiple millions, then that would be a lot of money. Because the way that the Revive token is going to work, if that remains the name, I heard some people saying that they didn't like the name Revive because they said it made it seem like Safuu was dead. The Revive token, the tokenomics are that 3% of all transactions will benefit Safuu. 2% will go to the treasury, to the council, and 1% will go to buyback and burn Safuu. And if we're doing, if you do the math, if we're doing like 1 million a day in volume, then that means 10,000 a day will buy back and burn Safuu. That's crazy. I mean, because to get $10,000 for buyback and burn right now, we would need to do like 70 or 80,000 in volume, I think. So in Safuu, I think that's right. Well, actually, no, we're only doing like 7%, so 150,000. It would take about 150,000 to do 10,000 of buyback and burn in Safuu. Now, granted, you might be thinking to yourself, 150,000 volume is a lot easier to do than 1 million volume, right? But the idea is that Revive token is going to have more volume than Safuu. Why? Because it's new, and people like shit that's new. So that's the thinking. And also, Revive is going to be like revolutionary in that it's going to be a stable coin that only goes up in value. And with the tokenomics, like, it works. So people are going to be just going gaga about it, hopefully. And anyways, so that's what we're voting on right now. Option 1 or option 2 for the Revive token. I put my vote in for option 2, and option 2 is winning. And let's see. So yeah, the Apollo token could also be used for the lotteries. Yoshi had a cool idea regarding the lotteries. Yoshi was saying a way to have more winners in the lottery would be to like every 40, like one ticket would cost 1 Safuu, and every 40 tickets there would be a winner for those 40 tickets. So that means, like, if there was like 1,000 tickets sold, that means there would be 25 winners for that lottery. And let's say you're 5 of those winners, that means you get 200 Safuu. Now, granted, like 5 out of every winning, prize goes to the burn wallet. So that means technically you would get 35 of those 40. But like, let's say you won 5, then you got 175 Safuu, for your however many Safuu you bought to get in there. And it wouldn't be crazy, but it would make it so that there was more winners. That was an idea that Yoshi had thrown out. I thought it was kind of cool, because usually lotteries are like, nobody freaking wins. I mean, there's one person that wins out of like 10,000 that entered. It's like, what are your chances are slim to none. So anyways, what else do I got? One argument for option 1 was Lucky was saying that option 1, which is where the 1% of all Revive transactions would benefit Apollo, Lucky was saying that if we did that, yes, we wouldn't get that 1%. It would go to Apollo instead of to Safuu, but it would incentivize Apollo more to make Revive a success. Because the more Revive succeeds, the more Apollo token is receiving. So that's one argument. But Ted seemed to say that either way, Apollo is not going to be doing marketing for us. So I think that argument maybe is not very strong. And Ted seemed to say he was going to handle the marketing. He's going to write the smart contracts for free, and then he's going to handle the, I don't know, getting the word out. I don't know. I think so. Him and the council, and all of us too. I guess we'll all be in charge of the marketing. This is a Dow after all. Let's see what else. So I took a poll on Twitter yesterday, real quick, just to see if my videos were too long or too short or all good. And most of you guys said all good. I mean, there was only 10 people that voted, but only reason I took that poll was because my brother was saying that I should probably have notes when I do my videos to make them, shorter and more concise and whatnot. So that's what I did. And I was hoping to record this at home, but I did not have any time at home, so I recorded it while I'm driving. But anyways, I'm still over 11 minutes. Anyways, I'm going to have notes whenever I do my videos, and hopefully it'll make it more informative and more worth your viewing time, because I appreciate you guys watching. And if you can like, comment, subscribe, I would appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys later.